So you have by now have received your kit in the mail, and I'm going to start dismantling it. I'm going to take my hello and put it on my painter's tape. And as you can see, there's scoring to show you where to put the letters. Then I'm going to take the letters fall and put them on the same tape, since they're all going to be painted the same color. Then I'm going to take my leaves and put them over here. I'm going to take this portion and put it aside, and I'm going to take my pumpkin and put it aside. And I'm going to start by painting the platform first. So this platform I'm going to paint in our snow owl. You can miss painting this pumpkin in the center. And I just like to kind of start in this around the edge and push my paint out. And this way I keep from getting it all along the edge. Remember, this portion is going to be covered by the pumpkin cutout. I'm going to put this aside to dry. Now I'm going to go to the letters. I'm going to paint the hello black and the fall white. I'm going to do the hello black. Put this aside to dry. I'm going to do 2 leaves Republic Red and 2 leaves Goldenrod. And then goldenrod. And then I'm going to take the red and I'm just going to go around the edges. And then slowly kind of go in the center. Again, I'm going to hit around the edges and then sporadically in the center. Okay? Then I'm going to take the goldenrod and do the same thing on the Republic Red. Okay. I'm going to hit the center of my goldenrod one again, just in that center. And then the Republic Red I'm going to do in the center. Kind of blend it all together. Okay? So these are my leaves. I'm going to pick this up and put it aside to dry. And now I'm going to go into this. I'm going to do this in Mandarina. Okay, put that aside to dry. Then I have to fill this with Mandarina. What I gave you works fine, but the large dabbers can do a good job with larger areas. The dabbing motion kind of takes away those paint marks. Makes everything a little bit more of an even look. Now you want to make sure that all your parts dry really, really well before you start gluing everything together. I'm going to use a paintbrush to do the stem. And then I'm going to wipe it back. Okay? So I'm going to put this aside to dry. So I just added some brown using a dry brush, and I just hit those lines there, the scoring. And I went around the edge with some chocolate. I painted the stem chocolate. Now I'm going to use wood glue to start gluing this together. The wood glue and crazy glue. and line it up at the bottom and line it up at the top. Put that aside. I'm gonna go to my platform and I'm gonna do my hello in the black here. I can still see the scoring, and sometimes I'll just do dots of the glue and then maybe just one spot I'll do the wood glue. With signs outside, I like to hit with the wood, just one spot at least. You really want to use the wood glue when you have something heavy, is basically what I'm saying. But I just like to put like one spot. Q-tips will work really great. If you get any glue that's over, that kind of gets out. So I'm going to put the wood glue in first. Just want a dot. And then a dot of the crazy glue at the top and the bottom. And again, the scoring is there to help you line up the letters. Okay, then we're gonna add our pumpkin. Okay. I like to hover and make connection at the top. Sorry about my head. So I'm going to do my leaves every other. So again, I'm going to take a dot of the wood glue, a couple dots of the crazy glue, and I'm using my stem as my center because there is no scoring on the leaves. And then you want to go in with your Q-tip right away if you need to. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the jute through this hole here. make a double knot. I'm going to spray this before I continue. I want to give this a top coat here. It's going to make it easier for me. So I'll be right back. So I just sprayed everything so it's sealed before I start adding these, because it's going to be hard to get underneath there. I started with the F, and you want to go down the first hole. You don't have to cut a lot off, just a little snip will kind of clean up that end. And I'm alternating the color of the leaves. So you want to think of that when you're putting your letters down. You may want to paint the back of your leaves. I didn't do mine, but I should have. And it's just going to seal the front and the back, just so you don't get any warping. So you're just going to want this to be pretty tight. Okay? Because you want it to kind of go down and then go back up. That's what I want it to do. Make sure you're straight here with this, with your leaves. Okay, so I really like the way this is positioned. So I'm not going to really tie this yet. I'm just going to get this in the hole. And you're going to have to and when you make your knot, you want to make sure that the knot goes all the way tight to the hole. And then you're going to go in with your second knot. And then you want to check it. Make sure it hangs nice. I think this hangs very nice. I'm loving this. I absolutely love this craft. So what I'm going to do with mine, remember, you're going to want to paint the back of yours. I'm going to throw another knot in my side over here. Make sure it's nice and tight. And over time, if your jute starts to slip, we didn't glue anything down, so it's very easy to fix, to put a new jute through your leaves. If you have to, replace that. But if you glue your leaves down, you're not going to be able to do that. So then at this point, I'm just going to take a little glue for my jute. Okay. I absolutely love this. Hello, fall. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next month. And then I'm going to cut the excess. Then I'm going to take my hanger. I'm going to glue it together. And whatever you're going to put through here, I would do it now. It makes it so much easier. I don't know where my black one is, so this one's going to be red. Black floral wire, but... So this is the back side. The wire I just feel like is never gonna break. The floral wire makes me a little nervous. So you could either do, I have to go in through the back. You want to make sure your sign is straight, and you can use your holes to make sure. Could add some wood glue. I like to just sit here and twist these. There you go. I think this came out wonderful. I absolutely love this whole concept. It's different, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. You can go and give it a second top coat if you want to, but this should be good to go. Have a great day. Thank you so much. We'll see you next month.